Welcome to the bright side of aging. My name is Ike Engelbaum. I'm a pharmacist and the publisher of AmericanSeniorGazette.org. It has been wisely said, you cannot help getting older, but you can help getting old. It has also been said that age is a matter of the mind. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter. My purpose in doing the show is so that seniors and caregivers can share their ideas and questions on how we can age gracefully and in a vertical position for as long as our good genes will allow. And if we've inherited bad genes, how to outwit them. Our topics include senior housing, financial, legal, safety, travel, health issues, interesting senior events in the community, and most of all, tips on how to put old on hold.
If your question is, who am I going to call to bring the kind of services into my home that I need because I can't get out? House Calls on Wheels provides both medical and non-medical services in your home. They can bring in doctors, dentists, nurses, therapists, and more. And those medical services are covered by Medicare and most private insurance plans. And they have all sorts of non-medical services, whatever you need. Now, if you use 4 hours or more of non-medical services per month, you're going to get a free personal emergency button telephone that you can use for both emergencies or daily use. Call House Calls on Wheels toll-free for further information. 1-888-489-8980. That's 1-888-489-8980.
Hi, Ike Engelbaum. I am really excited about a new sponsor, and that is Memory Health. These are vitamin capsules that you take 3 a day, and it improves your memory. Memory Health has been proven to be scientifically helpful for early stages of Alzheimer's. In fact, it has been claimed that it can even forestall Alzheimer's. Dr. Joel Kahn made this statement, in my more than 30 years of practicing medicine, no other product has ever come close to truly supporting brain health like Memory Health. It's a safe, natural supplement. If you need any more information, call 888-489-8980. And we're on 888-489-8980 is the number that you should write down. I should write it down too. I am very pleased to be able to be in touch with you on a weekly basis and trying to help seniors from 11 a.m. to 11:30 every Wednesday, and also at 11:30 to help young budding entrepreneurs, people that want to start their own business or are in their own business and need money to keep it going. We have that segment from 11:30 to 12 noon, and today we're going to have a real specialist in that area. If you're looking to start a home-based business or you are in business already and are getting pushback, as they call it in the big time, we try to help you in your business and professional career. As well, if you're a senior, we want to help you in adjusting to the aging process. I don't mind sharing with you that I am a senior. What do you mean by that? I just turned 84, and I'm proud of it, not looking for sympathy, but actually as a sign that, yes, you can go on no matter what age you are, as long as you take care of yourself and hopefully have good genes. And if you have bad genes, as a pharmacist, and I practiced way back last century, we had Owl Drugs, and we had 10 stores, and we specialized in working with seniors. And since leaving that part of my life, I decided that I would share whatever knowledge I've gained both in pharmacy school as well as in the outside world. And the truth of it is, as you age, one of the biggest mistakes people make is that they look on the calendar as to how old they are versus really how good you feel about yourself. I cannot stress how important it is for you to stay in touch and be as active as you can be. In fact, I have what's called the ABCs of aging, and one of the main things about the whole process of aging is that you should have the opportunity to adjust and accept that you ain't going to be getting younger. And the good news is, today is the youngest you'll ever be. And look at it in a positive way. So Abe is aging gracefully, and if you need help, accept that you need help. So many times I see people that as they age suddenly sort of just get frustrated in what they cannot do. Appreciate what you can do. So appreciation is another part of it. Think about it. The longer you live, in fact, I joke about it, birthdays are terrific, because the more of them you have, the longer you live. So hopefully you have many happy birthdays, and you accept them in an acceptable type way. And you have to adjust. George Burns had a great line. He used to say that I'm getting to that point in life now that when I bend down, I see what else I can do while I'm down there. And there's a lot of humor in aging. And also think about it. As you age, assuming you're reasonably intelligent, you've gained that much more wisdom. Why? Because you actually have lived different situations and frustrations. And the truth of it is that there are a lot of people as they age are so worried that they cannot do stuff that they did before that they sort of give up. As Winston Churchill once said, never, never, never give up. And except to actually join with other groups. I'm really proud to be working with a fellow pharmacist that actually he and I have both been around for a while. In fact, he's in his early 90s. And we meet once a month at the Caustic Center, the first Wednesday of every month. You're welcome to join us. It's at 11 Mile and Middlebelt. What we do is just have a group of seniors that get together and at the same time get a chance to share their thoughts and concerns, and we help each other out. You could start your own group. We call it the New Friends Group. As I mentioned before, our toll-free number is 1-888-489-8980, and you are welcome to call us at any time. And I'd like to cover the B part of the ABCs, and the truth is you bridge your connections that you had before. But C is the most important part of the ABCs, and that's connection. Connect with other people. As I mentioned, our toll-free number, 1-888-489-8980. Call me anytime. I am proud to be associated with non-profit organizations like the Rotary Club and the Optimist Club, I encourage you to participate in those type of clubs, because if you are interested, call our toll-free number, and you'd be amazed as to how reasonable it is to join. In fact, I'm a member of the Optimist Club in West Bloomfield, and for just $100 a year, you can have the opportunity that we meet now every other week, in person 1 week, and by Zoom every other week. And we'd love to work with you in your area, because there's a Rotary Club and an Optimist Club all over the world. And one of the great connections that I've made through my association with both clubs is a Mr. Renaissance person by the name of Lou Goutman, and you may have heard his sexy-sounding voice. And a few years back, when Bob Allison was in this time area, he had Ask Your Neighbor, as you recall. Unfortunately, Bob's no longer around, and Lou would pipe in with his wisdom in terms of everyday needs, and I am so proud to have him as a friend. And Lou Goutman was president of both clubs, and so that just shows you an indication of some of his talents. Hello, Lou Goutman.
Good morning, Ike.
Nice to hear from you, sir. You certainly, as I like to call you, are a Renaissance type person.
Well, thank you. That's a nice compliment. I'll have to adopt that on my business card.
Well, I don't mind it, and sharing with the audience that that's part of your day job. In fact, that's a good part of your day job, is you have a company called Advertising Alternatives. You might give us a little glimpse of what does Advertising Alternatives do?
Well, thank you, Ike. That's a great segue. The name of my company, as Ike said, is Advertising Alternatives. We are a full-service printing and promotional products company. So that means we print, engrave, embroider just about anything and everything for both personal use and certainly for business and marketing use. So if anybody needs to reach out to me, again, they can reach me through Ike's wonderful magic number, 888-489-8980. Again, 888-489-8980. Thank you for the plug.
Well, you have a lot to plug, so I am always more than happy to let people know not only do printing, and also you're very creative. And I know you've been not only the president of the Optimist Club and the Rotary Club, but you have that gift that when you need to put flyers together for organizations, you can help anyone that's involved in either in a church setting or any organization, and they want some promotional material. It's not a matter of you just printing it. You actually are helpful in getting their ideas into print. I remember one of your taglines that I thought was clever, that is, if the tagline was that if you can think it, Lou can ink it.
Well, thank you. I think that was your tagline, right?
Well,
thank you.
we can take mutual credit. Anyway,
but that's absolutely true. If somebody has an idea, we certainly work with our client ideas, and if they need help, we love to brainstorm, and that's what we're all about, is making sure that the message gets out there and reaches as many folks as our clients want to reach.
Mm-hmm.
But you had asked me earlier. Since this is the Bright Side of Aging segment, you had asked me earlier about a couple of comments, maybe about Medicare, and I'm sure that your listeners know that because they've been bombarded with commercials on TV this time of year about Medicare and Medicare Advantage plans, and I know you had our mutual friend Dave Pickering on a couple of weeks ago talking about Medicare plans and Medicare Advantage plans. But for those people who missed that segment, this is open enrollment for Medicare, and of course it's always open enrollment for people who are about to turn 65. But for those who are already on Medicare, this would be the time for them to review with a good person, a good agent, a good representative, or even using one of the brochures that are free from the Social Security Administration from Medicare to make sure that they're on the right plan, particularly for the prescription medication or the drug plan. That's where a lot of people generally will make changes because, Ike, as you know, as a pharmacist, people's medications will change throughout the year, and the pricing will change for some of those medications. So it's a good time to review, and our good friend Dave Pickering would be a good person to help you. He does no-charge reviews. In fact, oftentimes he's told his clients or somebody who's never done business with him that they're in the right place and there's no need to make any changes. So he will give a completely unbiased review of the Medicare plans and the various Medicare Advantage plans out there.
Mm-hmm. Well, one of the things, you're right, he was on, and my shows are now on YouTube, so we have that interview. If anyone is interested, all they have to do is log on to youtube.com/Ike Engelbaum, and the various people that I interview pop up. Dave Pickering not only is knowledgeable about Medicare and the various rigmaroles that you have to go through Medicare Advantage, he is willing to make house calls. So he welcomes people that want to be with their significant other and here in their comfort of their own home. That to me is really a dynamite type service, and he doesn't charge for coming out because, quite frankly, he is able, and not only through Medicare as well as other insurance companies, he's an independent agent. He gets paid by the companies, and as a result, it's costing the person really zero, which is a nice number.
No, that's correct. He's a very humble person, Ike, as you know, and you're absolutely right. He's told me stories where he's visited with people in their homes, and he's told them that they're in the right place, and there's nothing he can do to improve on their situation or save them any money, and they're fine. However, as I said, it does pay to review. There's absolutely no cost and there's no obligation, and if your plan is correct for you, then you've made a new friend, perhaps.
Right.
And if there is something that he can help you with, he'll certainly let you know, and he'll take good care of you. I know he's taken care of my wife on her plan, and countless others.
Right. Well, he's given me
who have needed his help.
Yeah, he's given me some great advice as well, and a lot of people just assume that the first person they talk to is giving them the best program. You know, it's interesting. We're talking about the medical care or insurance. That's a common motto and idea when in the medical field, that if you're getting a diagnosis by a doctor that's rather uncomfortable to hear, what do? You get a second opinion. So why not get a second opinion? And Dave Pickering, as I say, I wouldn't endorse him and unless I really respected him. And without getting too personal in your life, I happen to have the pleasure of knowing your wife, and she herself is in the medical field. I, as a pharmacist, I've learned a lot because we're not trained to really know all of the rigmarole involved, and Dave Pickering is, and our toll-free number is 888-489-8980. And if you're stuck with some home projects that you need some guidance, Lou Goutman is the man. So,
in fact, I just left your house.
There you go. All right. I don't mind sharing. I've got some steps on my front porch there that are sort of in the rehab need.
They need a little attention. Yeah, they need a little attention. Right. It's nothing critical, but it needs a little attention.
Yeah, right. Well, if folks at home are concerned, like for railings and how to make your home safer, between myself and Lou, we not only can identify what you may need, but most important, we can provide it. All you got to do is give us a call at 888-489-8980. Lou, I'd love to talk to you for a couple of hours, but unfortunately, I just have a few minutes. So I want to take a brief break. We'll be right back, and we're going to have Lou on very soon again. So don't go away. We'll be right back. Hi, Ike Engelbaum. One of my sponsors is Cofix Nasal Spray. You can spray the inside of your nose and almost have the same benefits as a mask. In fact, it's been so well proven that it's now on the market in drugstores. Cofix RX. Spray it in the nose. 45 seconds later, you have up to 8 hours like a shield inside your nose. It's been scientifically proven. I'm really excited about it. I use it anytime I go out in a huge crowd. If you need any more information, call 888-489-8980. For over 30 years, Cruz Hearing and Service has helped thousands of people improve their hearing and enjoy the sounds of their life again. If you don't hear as well as you like, Cruz Hearing can help you. They have actually hearing aids that the batteries do not need to be recharged. And they also have a caption phone that you can view for free. And also the phone, if you are over 65, is available to you free. So any phone calls you get, you can see captioned if you don't hear that well. Hey, they've got other stuff. If you'd like the free cookbook, call 1-888-489-8980. That's available. You can call Cruz Hearing Direct at 877-456-2789. The number direct is 877-456-2789. I just want to wrap up today to remind you, like we were talking about, this is the enrollment period for Medicare, so take advantage of it, because if you miss out before December 15th, it creates a lot of complications. Although they give you a second chance, why wait for a second chance? Give yourself the opportunity to really find out what's going on. And as we mentioned before, the insurance programs that are out there, even though I've been in the medical field for most of my professional career, which is probably around 60 years, every year they come out with these regulations that are really confusing. I work with the Area Agency on Aging as well as non-profit organizations, and the good news is that there is a certificate program that people that are promoting the Medicare programs have to go through. You don't want to get information from someone who really doesn't know exactly what your best options are. And unfortunately, every year the programs change, and the best advice I can give you is ask people that can help you. So we have offices from certified financial planners all over the state, but locally in the southeast area, we can make house calls. In fact, one of my sponsors that you probably have heard about is House Calls on Wheels, where we provide in-home medical and non-medical services. And the line from the Boy Scouts is be prepared. Well, a lot of these slogans you do not have to be a Boy Scout to take advantage of. You, as a human being, should adjust, especially now with the holiday season coming on. You will be lighting Christmas trees and all. You need smoke detectors. We can do a free walkthrough and identify what you should do to make your home safer for yourself or someone close to you. I have some other stuff I'd like to tell you about, but I don't have time today. But I do have enough time for my favorite parting thought for the bright side of aging, which is, yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift. And that's why we call it the present. Please enjoy your present by looking and living life with a bright side of aging. Welcome to the Entrepreneurs Network radio show. Our mission is to interview successful entrepreneurs who are willing to share with us their ideas and experiences, both the successes and the failures. Because as it has been jokingly said, you should learn from the mistakes of others because you'll never live long enough to make them all yourself. My name is Ike Engelbaum, and I'm the founder of the Entrepreneurs Network of Michigan, which is a group of motivated people that are all interested in helping each other and achieving our personal and professional goals. Please check out our website, EntrepreneursNetworkofMichigan.com, for meeting schedule as well as self-improvement material. Our philosophy is that if it's to be, it's up to me.
If your question is, who am I going to call to bring the kind of services into my home that I need because I can't get out? House Calls on Wheels provides both medical and non-medical services in your home. They can bring in doctors, dentists, nurses, therapists, and more. And those medical services are covered by Medicare and most private insurance plans. And they have all sorts of non-medical services, whatever you need. Now, if you use 4 hours or more of non-medical services per month, you're going to get a free personal emergency button telephone that you can use for both emergencies or daily use. Call House Calls on Wheels toll-free for further information. 1-888-489-8980. That's 1-888-489-8980.
Family run for over 88 years, Friends Hardware has remained family-owned and operated. Friends Hardware is one of a kind. you'll find the newest products offered on TV at very competitive prices. You'll also find safety products, grab bars for bathrooms, battery-operated light switches, remote control devices that you can turn your lamps on or any electrical device. You don't have to run out there anymore. Just press the button. Better yet, just visit Friends Hardware, located on Main Street and 11.5 Mile Road. They're open every day. If you wish to call, it's 248-544-8111. That's 248-544-8111. Better yet, just visit 11.5 Mile Road and Main Street, Friends Hardware. And welcome. I want to tell you that I'm excited that we're now able to meet in person. Our next meeting is going to be next month, and that's not that far away. November 16th, we'll be meeting at Steinway Gallery, the Entrepreneurs Network of Michigan. We've only been around for 50 years, so we must be doing something right. In fact, when I hear about an organization that wants me to join up with them, the first question I ask, how long have you been there? And if they tell me 3 months, I don't get too excited. Because you don't really know as to whether it's going to be a waste of your time. But without bragging, I am very proud that because we've been meeting before COVID, we were meeting every week. So when you multiply the numbers, we now have over 20,000 contacts. And many of the people that are original type members, so to speak, have moved out of state. Some are out of the country. A lot of them are still in Michigan. So if you're a budding entrepreneur looking to start your own business, Entrepreneurs Network of Michigan, you can check our website that's under construction, so to speak, entrepreneursnetworkofmichigan.com. Our mission is to help people achieve their goals, and having been done this radio show for almost that number of years, I had the privilege of interviewing Zig Ziglar. And Zig Ziglar was and is regarded as the father of really motivational entrepreneurship. He unfortunately is not around anymore, but his legacy will carry on forever. And Zig Ziglar was on my show a few times, and we developed a strong friendship. And one of the main lines that has stuck with me, and I've tried to share anytime I get an opportunity, is that if you help someone achieve their goals, they more than in turn will help you achieve yours. It's amazing how that formula works. And that's what our Entrepreneurs Network is all about. If you want more information, I welcome you to call 888-489-8980. That's 888-489-8980. And one of the joys and privileges I have in doing this program is I have a chance to have you hear some of the great people that I've had a chance to be in touch with, or people recommend for me to contact. And Randy Wright, who is a motivational speaker and author, said, "Ike, you got to interview Peggy Evans." I said, "Why?" Yeah, he said, "She helps me a lot, and for a title, she could be regarded as a personal and professional specialist." Is that right, Peggy? I can call you that?
You can call me that. Yes, you can.
And I won't call you late for dinner either, okay?
Good morning.
Well, you had sent me a bio that's really impressive. You wear many hats, and I'm amazed that you don't get the hats confused. You have actually been very successful as a real estate broker, and you've built a career in property management for 25 years. That's a quarter of a century. And you have a passion for helping others to actually foresee their dreams, and as our motto says, to help them achieve their goals. And they say one of the greatest gifts, or better put, deeds a person can perform. There's a philosopher and historian by the name of Maimonides. And Maimonides has made a great statement. The greatest deed a person can perform is to make someone else's life easier to live. And as part of your activities, you serve homeless people in downtown Detroit area. You volunteer your notary services for the City of Detroit Project Clean Slate Encouragement Program. And you started your entrepreneurial journey just a few years back. And you were helping people getting their credit improved, which you still do. And that is such an important and vital thing. And I just wondered, Peggy, as far as credit improvement, can you give a little thumbnail sketch as to how important it is to increase your credit score?
Credit score is extreme. It's critical, actually, because that allows us, one, to use other people's money, but everything is based upon our credit score, our insurance, automobile insurance. Anytime you want to go out and finance a car, anything that you do in life these days is centered around what your credit score is. So it's important to maintain a healthy credit score. And while I don't dabble in it as often and as much now, I do still do some consulting for individuals who have questions or inquiries with regards to clearing up minor infractions on their credit report, and just giving them some direction on how to increase the scores by, making the payments on a timely manner, or clearing up information that's inaccurate on your credit report. There are so many inaccuracies on our credit report, and we as consumers do not know that they're there until we pull it. So I encourage every citizen to utilize the free service that every citizen is entitled to, and pull your credit report, all three of them, do a tri-merge, all three of them, every year, and look to make sure that there are no discrepancies there, and then actually that there's no fraud.
And anyone that's interested in finding out how indeed they can improve their credit score, they can call our toll-free number 888-489-8980, and I'll be glad to put you in touch. And the beautiful part about your service is the fact that you can get a preliminary assessment right by phone. Is that correct? To get the ball started, so to speak.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So then after that, you can pick it up from there. And I know from my personal experience and things that you've done for me, you're very affordable, and I think it's well worth a call. 888-489-8980, and just, some people say, oh, well, I just lost about 3 points. that 3 points can mean a great deal if you're trying to buy a house or actually any major investment. And in fact, although cars are difficult enough now to get, can you imagine if you got poor credit, how much more difficult it is?
And not only that, the interest rate that you'll have to pay. Your interest rates are astronomical when you have a challenged credit
You might
history.
want to keep the microphone closer and speak right into it as yours, and keep it as close as your significant. How's that?
That's very close.
Now,
yes.
I wondered, who is your ideal customer in marketing products and services for an entrepreneur?
So for some of the products, other services that I offer, my flagship is a marketing platform that I offer, and we do lead generations, and we do unlimited websites. We have landing pages, email campaigns. So that's one of my flagship products that I market. And any customer, any business owner or entrepreneur, whether you're established or you're new, you need an affordable marketing solution. And that's what we do. One of the services that we provide. We also provide revenue-based funding. So if you are a business owner, any business owner, established or new, as long as you meet our minimum requirements, because when your banks can't finance you, then we can. We work with over 17 different lenders, and it's all based on your revenue, not as much as your credit report. So you can get up to 75% of your revenue for your business. So I have several funding opportunities for that. We even have an opportunity for gig workers. So if you're an Uber driver or Lyft driver, if you are self-employed, a 1099, we have an opportunity for funding for those individuals. And we don't run a credit score for them. So there's a myriad of opportunities that we have for my funding opportunity and the funding products that we have. But any customer, again, any business owner is my customer for the marketing platform, because every business needs marketing, and what we provide is an affordable solution. We have so many entrepreneurs that don't think that they can afford a website for their business. Something as simple as a website. You can get a website. You can tie an email campaign to your website. So there's so much that you can do under this platform, and it's affordable. It's under $100 per month. So it's super affordable for entrepreneurs. And then on top of that, you have a whole marketing team to support you. So if you're not a tech savvy person, or if you're not comfortable with the platforms or dealing with the computer systems, we have a whole team of marketing professionals who will do the work for you, and that's all included in that price that's under $100, less than $100 a month. So there's so many. We even just launched a new platform, a new service under the marketing platform, where you get a virtual assistant. And the virtual assistant, what they do is, if you need new customers for your business, if you, we put a targeted search in, and they make 500 contacts per month on your behalf for you. So when anyone responds back from your VA efforts, then you have an opportunity to just follow back up with those people who have responded back to their efforts. But everybody's busy. Every business owner is super busy running their business, but they still need to get new customers. That new feature has been actually game changer for a lot of our entrepreneurs who've partnered with us, because they get 500 contacts. The VA will do the 500 contacts for them per month.
Wow. And this is for under $100?
Under $100 per month. Yes.
Now, if you're serious about wanting to go into business and want to build it, and you can't afford less than $100 for your marketing efforts, stay where you are and consider another career path, because that is incredible. And before we take our break, I'm reminded I have a series of Ikeisms. Most of them I just repeat, and this one I feel is very appropriate. Everyone's always heard about, if it sounds too good to be true, then it's probably not true. I got news for you. There are certain things, if you're dealing with ethical business professionals. Even though it sounds too good to be true, it's true. So we'll be right back and find out some of the other wonderful talents Peggy Evans has. Gee, that's a showbiz name, Peggy. We're gonna be right. We're gonna be right back. Don't you dare go away. Hi, Ike Engelbaum. One of my sponsors is Cofix Nasal Spray. You can spray the inside of your nose and almost have the same benefits as a mask. In fact, it's been so well proven that it's now on the market in drugstores. Cofix RX. Spray it in the nose. 45 seconds later, you have up to 8 hours like a shield inside your nose. It's been scientifically proven. I'm really excited about it. I use it anytime I go out in a huge crowd. If you need any more information, call 888-489-8980. Hi, Ike Engelbaum. I am really excited about a new sponsor, and that is Memory Health. These are vitamin capsules that you take 3 a day, and it improves your memory. Memory Health has been proven to be scientifically helpful for early stages of Alzheimer's. In fact, it has been claimed that it can even forestall Alzheimer's. Dr. Joel Kahn made this statement: in my more than 30 years of practicing medicine, no other product has ever come close to truly supporting brain health like Memory Health. It's a safe, natural supplement. If you need any more information, call 888-489-8980. Hi, if you have difficulty hearing, go to Cruz Hearing and Service. I'm one of his clients, and my hearing has been improved greatly because he has customized hearing aids. He gives you a free hearing test. He has an office on Orchard Lake Road in Farmington Hills, out in Waterford, Michigan, and Taylor. Call 1-888-489-8980 and leave us a time that's convenient for you to come in. 888-489-8980. And we're back, and just a friendly reminder to support our sponsors because they support me. We have Cruz Hearing, as you've heard, and a wonderful, wonderful guy. He actually not only has the top-notch hearing aids at an affordable price right in Farmington, and also in Waterford and in Livonia, very reasonable in price, and we, of course, are working with NutriFoods, so for your health needs. And as I have been promoting the current situation in the healthcare field where the virus keeps changing on us, sad part is that there's another change that's been made for the virus. It's adjusting to all of the ways of actually with the vaccines, trying to keep up with the variations. Think about it. Wouldn't it make sense if you're able to prevent the virus germs or bacteria coming into your nose, that if you had additional protection, masks have a certain advantage. Vaccines certainly have been proven helpful, but the Cofix RX is a nasal spray that has povidone iodine. Povidone iodine has been used as a disinfectant even before anesthesia was out. They now have in a spray form, scientifically been proven. It's available at NutriFoods and select pharmacies like Tri-Unity Pharmacy in Southfield. If you're interested in getting that additional layer of protection, by all means, give us a call at 888-489-8980. If you are looking for some additional income and want to be one of our ambassadors in promoting some of the products and services we have, give me a call. I surround myself with top-notch services that if you recommend, you refer them, you actually can earn some extra income. 888-489-8980. A true entrepreneur is in the studio with me today, Peggy Evans, who doesn't just talk the walk, she actually walks the talk. She's been a real estate broker. She's helped and still does in property management. So if you're an investor, if you have a office building that you'd like to have the headaches reduced and maybe even eliminated, or if you're an investor in houses that you've rehabbed but you want someone to oversee it and don't want to run around at 3 o'clock in the morning because a tenant calls you, call Peggy. She's up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yes, I am. Literally.
In fact, Peggy gets very little sleep.
Yes, that's absolutely the truth.
Before the break, on a practical basis, we were talking about promoting, and as far as the marketing platform, as you call it, what have you found to be the best approach? If someone is out there, they may have a web page or what have you, what can Peggy Evans do for them?
Well, it depends on the customer and what they want that website to do. More often than not, the business owner wants to obviously generate traffic to that website. And what I do from my marketing platform is that we can create a landing page. That landing page will go right to their website, but it's also going to capture that customer or anyone who visits their page, their information, and store it in a CRM system. And the CRM system is a customer relations system in the back office where it tracks all of anyone who visits your page. And at that point, you can start sending them out an email. You can build the email campaign for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. Just build that one time, and anyone who goes to your landing page will get that email series, so that if they land on your page and they're not ready to purchase your service or ready to connect with you, then they're still going to be getting emails from you so that you can stay in the forefront of their mind when they're ready to utilize that particular service. But what will also happen is it can also go over to in your case, it'll go over to your main website. So what I've done for you is actually I've created a landing page. It's a drop page. So they'll go there. They'll capture their information. There's a video of you doing your introduction, but they put their information in there, their name, phone number, email, and hit the button, and it goes over to your main page if they want to join your service. But at least we've captured their contact information so that if you want to follow back up with them, it's just not a dead lead that somebody landed on your page and nothing happened. You capture their information.
I'm just wondering, obviously with all these robocalls and what have you, on that landing page, is it possible to put down a request to get their permission if you'd like more information? Yes or no, so that way if they say, yeah, I'd like to hear more, this way when you call them, it's not some, scam or spam or whatever call you want to make it, but it's you requested as a follow-up. So this way, whoever says yes, then your customer obviously is open-minded. Is that doable?
Absolutely. And yes, you can actually create a contact form. And from that contact form, after we capture their name, their email, their address, you can ask a series of questions. What type of business are you in? Would you like to hear more about what Entrepreneurs Network of Michigan can do for you? can we call you? What's the best time to call you? What's the best form of contact for you? So you can ask them any questions you want. We build out a contact form, and you just ask whatever questions you want, and we capture those questions. Again, it's maintained on the platform in your back office, and you just go in and you're able to check to see what their responses were, and then you follow back up with them.
Well, and you mentioned a magic word starting with F. Does that get your attention? That I think is the key to success. In fact, I am serious about wanting to write a book, and you're welcome to be a co-author, and anyone listening can assist me. I'm serious. I want to write a book on succeeding with the F word, and F stands for follow-up. So many people they get the interest of someone, they go to networking, they come to our meetings, and they glad hand socialize, have a fun interaction with people, but don't follow up.
That old saying about the fortune is in the follow-up is so true.
Well,
life is happening for everybody, and just because we've connected and then I didn't circle back and contact you, I'm going to the next thing in my life. But if you reach back out to me and I truly had an interest in your service, I may say, oh my gosh, I forgot. I'm so glad that you followed back up with me.
Right.
We get that more often than not. I was, life was happening for me and I totally forgot to circle back. I wanted to hear more about what you had, your business opportunity or your services or your products. So it's so important to follow up with each and every prospect or each and every person that has expressed an interest in your company, because they land there and they may not be ready today, but that does not mean that they're not interested in your services.
Right. That's the other magic word. It's called timing. And if you don't follow up right away, they think, it can't be much of a business person if I told them I'm interested and you don't hear from them. And we can assist you through Peggy Evans' phenomenal program. And folks, we're talking under $100. Oh boy, there's a lot more I'd like to ask you, but I can't do it today because I leave this follow-up, as we talk about, as a tagline to the Entrepreneurs Network, which is, if you really want to get anything done in life, you'll find a way. And if you don't, you'll find an excuse. And there is no excuse for not achieving your dreams and goals in America, because it is the greatest country in the whole world. Remember, a goal is just a dream with a deadline.